fine.
Okay, come. Give me a sec. Let me show you my screen. Ah, share. Give me one sec. Oh, sorry. Can you see my screen? So let's go to this today's analysis. Let's see what the market has for us. This is DXY and UUSD. DXY UUSD. Let's see what's going on. UUSD right here. We can see that this market looks like it wants to tap. This market still looks like it might give us more. Might give us more sell to the downside, all the way down to this. We might still get more sell all the way down to this. All the way down to this previous week right here. All the way down to this fair value gap here. Are you getting me? So we are still looking for more sell opportunities. Are you getting me? We are still looking for more sell opportunities for what's it called, for UUSD. Are you getting me? So if once we get that sell opportunity, we can now decide if we want to go, up, or if we want to continue selling down. Are you getting me? But for now, we have we still have some more room. We still have some more room for us to sell. Are you getting me? I get me. Okay, so yeah. So if we go to the 4 hour, we have this sweep right here, which is currently happening right now. We are sweeping a previous 4 hour, going to this top of the. We are going to this top right here, which is pretty much might be for this session. But that sweep happened literally before Frankfurt opened. So I'm not going to jump on that bias, because if I jump on that bias, I might just wait till market gets to this right here, then I can get the clean sales from right here. I get it, because this buy that is happening did not happen in our time, in our kill zone time. This one happened anything from, maybe I think this one started like around 15 minutes or 15 or 20 minutes ish before the market opens. So we cannot take this buy. So, and I mean, if it still goes back down to sweep, then give us, if this market can still go back down and give us our entry, then we might take it. But for now, we don't need to take the buys. We might just need to just wait for the market to come in and we take the sell. But like I said, if this market will test this low, again, there's no reason why we don't take the buys. But for now, that buys that is happening now is happening. This buys that is happening now is happening before the session opens. Are you getting me? So, but if market decides to still go down more, and test this low right here, then we can take this buy right here. Now that would be a sweet buy. Are you getting me? But for now, we wait and see what happens. We just entered Frankfurt opens, so that's like a pre-London session. So we'll see what happens. So that's for USD. That's for USD right there. There's a what's it called? There's a 4 hour fair value gap somewhere around here. Let me see. There's a 4 hour fair value gap here. So if that happens, and that literally will just be, this will be our inducement, because market fails to create equal lows, and we can just expect market to sweep these highs to give us something like this and sell the way down. So that's if what we are anticipating happens, because the whole idea of this market is in selling anyway. The whole market has been selling, and we have not tested these lows right here. There has to be an equal low which has not been tested. As you can see, this low has not been tested right here. That low is still very, very free. So this low has not been tested. So that low has not been tested right there. That low is still very, very open. So we need to see if market can decide to take us above here, sweep this 4 hour fair value gap, and we can see if we can sell all the way down with confirmation too, by the way. So let's see what's going on with DXY. See, as you can see, DXY also started this move. This move started what, 6:40 my time. So that's this sweep happened 6:40 my time. So that's pretty much before the market opens. This move started. So we might be seeing the same. We might be seeing opposite move, whereby market comes down here and decide to do what? Decide to sell back all the way down here. So that might be what we're looking for this morning. Are you getting me? We don't want to jump on this sell right here, because this sell happened this sweep of liquidity happened before our session. Are you getting me? So let's see what happens when this market gets to that low. Let's see what happens once the market gets to that low. Like I said, once it gets to that low, we need a lot of confirmation. We need a lot of confirmation. We need the market structure shift. So while that happens, we can use that to check the news. We can use that to check the news. Let's see what the news is looking like. Let's see what the news is looking like. I don't think there's not that much news. There's not that much news today. Everything is kind of quiet. But I think the only news there is this so there's only the only news we have there is we have there's no news for this session, but we have unemployment news. We have unemployment at 130. So they are expecting employment. So that might see we might see more dollar weakness if they are expecting if they are expecting a what's it called if they are expecting a higher number, which is the current number right now is 215 and they are expecting 222, so that's higher number. For unemployment we want to see lower number for a good economy, but we are expecting higher number, so which might mean we might be seeing more of a dollar weakness. Are you getting me? So we might be seeing dollar weakness during the New York session. So apart from that, there's no other much news happening this morning. Everything is quiet, really quiet. So we should be a good trading day. It's always good like that when it's quiet, because trade usually just go to where they are supposed to go. But usually when there is a lot of euro stuff happening, it's just it's always very crazy when there's so much stuff going on. But usually when the market is quiet like this, market just takes what it wants to do and go to its direction. So yeah, market is very quiet this morning. So yeah. So now let's see what is going to happen once we get to our 4 hour fair value gap. And I like this setup. The reason why I like this setup is because this 4 hour gap here is sitting on the highs also. So there's more buying power around here. Then compared to when this is just more of like what's it called? But we should be able to get a lot of push. We should be able to get this push all the way down here. Yeah, hopefully that goes. It's just more of a continuation from yesterday's sell anyway. Yesterday's sale happened from around here. We can even use the Fibonacci retracement to test it. Yeah, so we might still get this might still go up for now. This might go the way this zone is, it might go up all the way over here. Might go up all the way over here. But either way, let's wait and see. This is why I don't like when the market, when liquidity move starts before the market opens. It would have been so nice if it starts like if this thing started like around London open, like. But this one, once it happens after the market opens, before the market opens, is, although it's very tempting, but it's not advisable. You always want to wait for the move that happened when the market opened. Hopefully this goes, because this is the low right here. This is the low we are targeting. So hopefully we see this reversal. We need it, man. We need it. Let me see currency strength. Let me see which currency has strength this morning. So you see the euro currency and the chef has the best strength this morning. I seen it. And we have JPY also. Yeah, so the euro currency has a lot of strength. We have the chef has a lot of strength also. So those are the two currencies that we are checking. So the JPY also has good strength. I might check the JPY though. Let me see GJ. Let me see what GJ is looking like. Just don't like the way what's it called be moving majority of the time. GJY here. See what GJ is looking like. It's also trying to test out from this zone right here. Yup. That means this might happen probably New York session. If this clears, we might see more sales opportunity around here. Let us see gold. Gold has been punishing people after that buy that happened on Monday. Like this, everybody's been trying to buy gold, and gold keep going down. After that buy on Monday like this, everybody's been trying to buy gold. I'm just seeing people. Even me, I tried to buy yesterday. I say, hey, whoa, gold though. Everybody's been trying to.
Yesterday.
Yeah.
I entered into it. I don't know what I can do to myself with trading. My analysis will be good, but for me to stay in that trade and have patience, that's my problem. When I was saying that I was going negative, I had negative $24. I had to just come outside of it. And at the end of the day,
It went your way,
it
ba?
goes to my. Yeah.
Yeah, that's just.
Okay.
Yeah, that's usually it's just like I said, majority of the time once you
I took it from, if this is good, I took it down here, yes.
oh for real
No, go to the left a little bit.
down here.
Yeah, no, they're in the top. They change the character right there.
Oh right here,
Yeah, yes, that's right.
and your stop loss will have been here now.
I think pain me when the trade was moving up. That's nice. I was like, why? I don't know with myself, Sha.
Yes, it's just sometimes you just have to be able. That's why I always say that. Where do you put your stop loss? Your stop loss was right here, right? You always just have to. Yeah, sometimes you just have to accept the risk you are putting in the market. Are you getting me? You just have to be able to accept your risks. That's the major thing. Is that once you know, like, okay, for example, now, once you see a trade, right? Like I said, majority of the time, the way I've been teaching you is that. And what happened to you is normal. There's nothing wrong with it. It's normal thing. It's just with time you'll be able to work on it. It's just there's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing wrong with you. Don't kill yourself over it. Like I said, majority of the time once there's a market structure shift like this, for this trade to be against you, for this trade to what's it called, to negate you or to prove you are wrong, it has to what? It has to do this. It has to break this right here. Are you getting me? So that's your stop. So once you accept the risk, so now you have to accept the risk you are putting. So you say, okay, how much did you risk? Did you risk the amount that, okay, you risk $50? So you know that, okay, this $50 I'm willing to give to the market. No matter what happens, I'm willing to give this 50. Once you accept that you are willing to give this $50 to the market, and you know that this is where your stop loss is for that $50. Are you getting me? This is where your stop loss. Just accept it. Set your ratio 1 to 2. Set your ratio 1 to 2, and just leave it alone. Are you getting me? But you have to accept this risk first. You have to accept that this is what I'm willing to give back to the market. This is what I'm willing to give to the market. So you say, okay, this right here is your $50. Boom, this is your $50 right here, and you are willing to give this $50 to the market. And if the market goes your way, the market is going to give you $100. The market is going to give you what? $100. So always accept that before you enter your trade. Accept that, okay, well, I'm willing to give the market $50 because I've seen a change in market structure. So if it happens and if it doesn't go your way, just no problem, just smile and just what's it called? Even me, I won't have taken this though. I won't have taken this because this will not, because I really, me personally, I don't like when it's not equal low. So I probably won't have taken this. But at the end of the day though, this will have been your this should have been your stop loss, and this will have just taken $50 from you, it hit your SL. This will have just taken $50 from you. So always accept this. This is the issue here. Is always accept this. What amount? Always, that's why I say always calculate it. Calculate the amount you are willing to give. That's why I say before. That's why before I enter a trade, I'll first measure that place to my stop loss. Where my stop loss is, I'll measure it down there. I'll say, okay, how much is it? Is it 20? Is it 30? Is it 40? And if it's a trade that I'm not sure of, I'll risk low. If I'm not sure about the trade, and it's even the trade that I'm not sure of, most times I always go, and the one that you risk a lot of money is the one that will fail. But you know that, okay, at the end of the day, I'm risking $50. This is the amount I've been risking on all my trades. I'm risking 50 to get 100. And if it's something that you are using, maybe $100, know that, okay, I'm risking. So until the market breaks out this to prove you wrong. So once the market breaks it now, you know that, okay, your analysis was wrong at the end of the day. But as long as this thing holds right here, as long as this thing is here, whether it's here or it will still touch it, because even if it's like this majority of the time, right, if the market did not create equal low, right, is going all the way to what? It's going to all the way to a point of interest for it to come down. But as long as there's a break of structure, right, if you enter on that break of structure and you set your ratio 1 to 2, this market will, once you see your ratio 1 to 2, you know that this market, because there's no equal low. Remember, anytime there's no equal low, market is just what is going to a point of interest in order for it to sell down. So once you know that, okay, I didn't see equal low, but you are entering the trade anyway, just know that you are setting ratio 1 to 2. And at the end of the day, but majority of the time, the one that I love the most, my own favorite, is when the market creates equal low. When I'm seeing something like this, I love it. When I see something like this, and that's why I trade EU, and I trade mostly EU, because Europeans generally usually give me this, and when I see this, I'm more at peace. You get with myself that, okay, this one is going to touch my TP. But usually when I see this, and this one usually happen on gold a lot. Gold and GJ. This is how GJ is. GJ and gold. This is how they usually is. But it's not like they are coming down. They might be going a long way. They might be going to like eternity. But they don't give me what I'm usually looking for. That's why I say everybody have their own strategy. But DJ doesn't give equal low. DJ will just give this rubbish here, and it should just be going. And gold too is like that too. You can see gold too is like that too. But for me, on what I trade and what I know, based on my own little mini things that I just look out for when I'm trading, is with Europeans. If you go and check, we can backtest European, and that's one thing. Is once you choose your what's it called? Once you choose your market, you choose the trade you want to trade. Once you backtest it, you will see things that happen recurrent. It happens pretty much. It recurs every time. So you are more familiar with it. You get me? Like gold now, you see, I don't trade gold majority of the time, because I might see something like this on gold now. You see how crazy this market is. I might see this exact same setup on gold now, and I'll be like, this is the thing I used to use this on USD, and gold will do this. Gold, I will now say, it might not even reach 1 to 2. I think this have happened to me like so many times on gold, where I've seen this equal low, and I've seen and it didn't even reach 1 to 2. It took me out. While this one that I didn't even expect would be the one to go, that's usually on gold. But that's why I've stuck to one market, at least Euro USD, GBP USD, USD share. There are like 3 markets like that usually goes with back testing. They usually goes the way that I've back tested them. So that's why you see people that trade gold, they understand how their POI is. So you get like this now. Even this, for example, I'm still right, because at the end of the day, this market went to a point of interest. At the end of the day, it still went to a point of interest. If we go and check the 4 hour now, you see that this point, the reason why it did not create equal low was because it went to a point of interest. If you go to the 4 hour now, you see that where I just marked is a what? Is a point of interest. See, pretty much a 4 hour, maybe a 4 hour or 1 hour, some type of liquidity might be there. It might be a 1 hour order block. You see, so it went to what? A point of the interest. So that's why I'm always saying, if I see something like something that didn't create an equal low, usually majority of the time is going to a point of interest. That one is sure. I've known it so many times. Like when you see market fail to create equal low, watch out. Don't be on that market for too long, because what is going to a point of interest. You see, it went to this 1 hour order block, which is you guys' favorite trade, and is selling down from there. So gold for today now, anybody that wants to trade gold for today now should be looking for sales all the way down to this baby right here. See, I just analyzed gold without even blinking. So that's for gold. Is there any re-entry? Re-entry should be, if I want to enter, I'll probably wait for this eyes to be taken out. This 4 hour eyes right here. That will be in the New York session though, or at 10 o'clock, because gold usually like to move at 10 o'clock. So I'll wait for this eye to be taken out. Are you getting me? So I'll wait for something like this. I'll wait for something like this. Yes. So that's just it. So that's why I said this two is very, very important. This two usually is very, very important. When you see market fail to create equal lows like that, majority of time is just going to a point of interest. And I was literally just saying it now. I want to go and check the same gold, and you can see right here was a point of interest. It was a point of interest, and it's literally going down. So once you see this, so always pay attention to this, to the break of always pay attention to that break of structure. If you see the break of structure where it swept, it creates equal low and it swept, majority of the time, I'm not saying 100% of the time for this market, but I know that with the pairs that I trade, with the USD pairs, market will do what? Market will continue this momentum, while with something like this, is just going to a point of interest. It's just going to a point of interest, and it will sell down from there. So there is two different type of to sell down from there. So those are the two different. So always watch out. Anytime you want to enter a trade, watch out this thing first. So so that means if you miss this momentum, just go to other time frame and see that majority of the time the best ones are always the order block. The order block are always the best type for this type of entry. They are always very, very sweet. Once the market fails to create a what's it called like that, and you see it's going, usually majority of the time, like 80% of the time, is going to another block, like the 1 hour order block, 4 hour order block. So if you miss that, you can just decide to take your entry from that 1 hour order block. But majority of the time you will have missed this though. You will have missed. Say you now be going to all the time frame and be looking for the other block, and it's even in the Asian session anyway. But these days though, market has been moving in the Asian session compared to for some reason. But at the end of the day though, it was a nice trade. It was a nice trade, It's just next time just wait for the market to hit your PO, to hit your estimated stop loss. Stop being like Yajebu, ever lose Yajebu lose that's the thing with market. If you don't want to lose money, that's when market will take money. You just have to be able to set it. That's why risk management set it. Like me now, for the last since this whole April now, although I'm still sitting at break even ish, but majority of my trade I've set this is been the same amount that I've been risking the whole time. and I'm kind of like above just a little bit inch. This month has not really favored me like that, but at the end of the day I'm not in minus. She get at the end of the day I'm not in minus. I know there's going to be some if I see so many, if I watch on this, there are been some people that have blown accounts, that they have blown this. At the end of the day, once you stick to just one way, stick to one principle, don't break it, because at the end of the day this thing is just discipline. Discipline is just all the whole thing that matters. Discipline yourself, because if you look at those people that are they are very successful in this thing. Even there's this one girl, all she trades is trend line, and as long as she's trading her trend line, even though I'm not really a big fan, she does it consistently. The days that she will lose 30k, she will come and lose 30k. Those people that trade NAS, or US 30 in United States, they will do the same thing every single day. Like if you notice, all their trades is always the same, over and over, and they will come to the market around that 9:30 New York time. They will come to the market 9:30 New York time. They will trade NAS when that volatility is high. They will lose. Some of them will trade other block, or maybe some of them will trade other block and use that 5-minute engulfing candle. The same thing over and over and over again. And one thing about those people is, if they take a loss, they will take a loss for that day. It's over with. Come the next day again, over and over. It's just if you can discipline yourself to repeat the same thing over and over and over. Like for example, now let's look at UUSD. Let's look at UUSD. We go to the 15 minutes on UUSD now. The market every single day, New York session, and see what happened. This was yesterday. Now this one happened. Although I wasn't in the market when this happened. Are you getting me? I was not in the market when this was literally after 10 a.m. London session. So I didn't take this. I didn't participate in this. But this was London. This was still counted as London session. Boom. It gave us the same entry. I already left the house when this one happened. Yeah. I already left. So this one gave us the same entry for sale. Boom. Getting me? That was yesterday. Using the same accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. Okay, this one, I think we took this one. And if you notice, when we took this, what happened? Same strategy. Market did what? Break of what? Break this structure right here. And what did I tell you about this? Right here? As you can see what happened, boom, I don't have to say everything. As you can see this, you can see that, boom, and you see how long the sell even continue throughout Asian session. This was one I was saying that I wish I had just left small money on this market. You see, this sold forever and ever till Jesus come, amen. And he kept selling. So this same thing happened. This was on, I think this was on Monday. If you go to the lower time frame, you notice there's a change of structure, right? And so it was just, and for those people that are trading New York session also, if you go to maybe US 30 or NAS or whatever, you will see the same pattern. It happens over there every day. So it's just for you to be able to say, okay, let me take one. And this happens in every market, whether it's gold or whether it's any market you want to pick. There's always going to be that move for that day. But gold now, I think gold now, if gold usually happen around London close, around that mid-London New York open. That's usually when gold is volatile. Are you getting me? So you just have to stick to that what's it called, that one thing that, okay, on market has to prove you wrong in order for you to lose. And that's just it. And if you lose, you just lose. Go and find one good food to eat. There will be some time that's it. You cannot do anything else. But at the long run, once you are consistent, consistency is because, trust me, I'm telling you, this market is not that hard. It's just our own discipline that is very hard. Even me myself, I'm telling you, I'm not perfect. I'm still disciplining myself. I get me. It's just discipline to be able to not to break your own rule. That is it. If you can stay disciplined and say, you know what, this is what I want to use every time I get to the market. Like now, at least for this month now, you and I, we have been getting disciplined a little bit. You see, we don't, we have been, I think those stop loss is putting us to be more disciplined. Those stop losses is making us to be disciplined. At least, now we don't just jump on, we are taking trades that happen, any trade that happen from our specific time zone. We've started taking trade that happen anything from what be that your time safe? Anything that happened from 2 a.m. Let me use your time. 2 a.m. 2 a.m. Right, to 2 a.m. to 2 a.m. to what that will be, to 6 a.m. Is it 6 a.m.? Right, okay. 2 a.m. to 6 a.m. Right. So, and we don't take anything that happen outside of this. Usually before, remember when we first started, we usually take trade that we just, okay, the market is going down before, like around 1:30 we start jumping. No. Now we've been more disciplined to do what? To say, okay, we are taking trades that happen anything from this 2 a.m. down here. Okay, our second part of our discipline now is we are looking for a session break. Are you getting me? Anything that's change of structure, or we are looking for maybe this right here, or maybe it's something like this right here. Okay, and that's another what's it called, stuff to be disciplined right there too. It takes all this to be disciplined. Okay, so now that's another part. So being part of being disciplined is to tell yourself that if I don't see this, I'm not taking a trade. If the market doesn't start, if the market is not within this time zone, I'm not taking it. So now it's part of discipline. I get me. This is part of being disciplined. So now, what is it? What is our third? What's it called? Our third one is, now we have set a what's it called, RR of 1 to 2, and max is, so like that day now, that's Tuesday now, RR 1 to 2. And so now we are saying, okay, so if once market gets to 1 to 2 now, we can decide to take 80% of our position. We can decide to just go on your thing, take 80% of what, take 80%, of the position right there. Take 80% of your money and let the rest just run. Like that other day now, I took 80% and I left the rest to run. So once you are able to say, okay, this, and now from next week now, we might just decide, we might just decide to leave New York session alone. We might decide to leave New York. I don't know yet, but because that New York for some reason is always very tempting. I don't know why, but we might just decide to leave New York session alone, because at the end of the day, stay consistent, stay one thing you do over and over and over and over. It's called repetition. It's a repetition minded, because at the end of the day, once you start repeating the same thing over and over again, it gives your mind clarity. It gives your mind clarity to say, okay, this is exactly what I'm doing, this is exactly how I'm looking at the market. And now we have caught, you see, we have also caught a lot of peers. We've usually before we'll be looking at too many markets, we'll be looking this market, we'll be looking at this market. But now we've cut the peers to few peers now. Are you getting me? Because when you cut down the peers, right? The reason why I also see that when you cut down the peers, when you stop trading too many pairs, you are focused, you know what you are looking for in your pair, right? And every pair will always give you their day where they will give you that from 20 to 30 pips. So you cut all the pairs now. So we have reduced the pair now to maybe Euro and Chef. We have reduced it to these two with DXY. Are you getting me? So we just, DXY is just more of like the indicator. DXY is more of like the indicator. Why this two is just more of like, okay, if we don't get the opportunity right here, we get opportunity right. So we have cut the noise. So we've kept reducing the noise to down to where we are more in tune with our trading, because because you don't want to be looking at euro, you don't want to be looking at AUD. While when you see your setup in AUD, you enter now, euro is already doing its own. But I can guarantee you, that DXY and Euro USD, those are the two that leads the market to its direction. I'm telling you, dollar. This is the dollar, right? The dollar and the euro is what leads the market. If the dollar doesn't move, if dollar is ranging, everything will be ranging. If dollar is stagnant, everything will be stagnant. I get me. So dollar. So and who are the other pairs that are close to the dollar? They are like the USD JPY, USD CAD. Those are like the majors. So out of those majors, you now pick, okay, which one is your. So it's just being part of consistency. So now you have told yourself that I'm not going to be looking at anything else. I'm not going to break, I'm not gonna cheat on my, like me now. I've always told myself I'm not gonna cheat on my wife. My wife is Euro USD, but anytime I cheat on my wife, which is Euro USD, I'll still go there and come back. And now when I come back, Euro USD will be looking at me like this. Did I not tell you not to go out? You see, now you have gone and mess with all those especially JPP JPY. JPP JPY will punish me. I'll come back. I'll still come back to Euro USD. Euro USD will still welcome me with good arms. I don't know why I'm not just lucky with JPY. I don't know why. And so many people are very trading that pair with just massive profit. But JPY is when me I'm trading it that to now be doing craziness. But Euro USD is always been very, 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 very. I mean, maybe because of the way I trade, my strategy anyway. But I don't know. But so it's just being part of consistency. So now if you now tell yourself, you now speak to yourself that you now say, Modupe. So you now tell yourself that if you can stay and just like now we've been doing this our challenge now. It's been how many days now? How many days? Is it past 15 days? Okay, we still got, let me see how many days we have left. We have let me check my calendar. I want to see how many days we have left for our trading days.
Oh, okay. Trading days.
Yeah, trading days. I want to see how many days have we traded. So we still have I think we still have, I want to see out of this month how many days we have left. So we still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we've traded 15 days. Are you getting me? So we've traded 15 days out of 20. And out of those 15 days, we are still not, at least we are not in the minus. So at the end of the day, are you getting me? Out of 20, because the rule is 20 trading days. You want to see how you do, because 20 trading days is what we got in 1 month. We don't have more than 20 trading days. We only have Monday to Friday, which is 5. So we only have 20 trading days. And out of these 20 trading days, I think we have 2 holidays. So we've only taken 13 trading days this month. 13 trading days. And we have 5 left, with 5 more to go. Are you getting me? So now, hopefully now with these 5 more to go now, right? If these 5 more to go now, if we can get some good trades within these 5 more to go now, we'll still be up for these 20 trading days. Are you getting me? As long as for those 20 trading days, we are not in minus. So now you can now see. So now all you now want to do now is that, okay, you now tell yourself, so we only have we because of the holidays, we only had 18 trading days this month, and out of those 18 trading days, what was your P&L? So if your as long as you are in a plus, for that month, you can now tell yourself that, okay, at the end of the day, this month I'm still in a plus. Now we can now go through what was our mistakes. Like we did a lot of mistakes this month. There are some trades that we were supposed to take, we end up not taking it. So now that will be your first trading month. Are you getting me? So we have our first trading month, which out of we only took 18 trading days. Let's say we took 18 trading days, and hopefully hopefully these 5 more trading days we have left now, we have today, we have tomorrow, and we have 3 more days next week. Hopefully we can still, at least we can still get more profit by God's grace. So if we can get that, then next month we can now say, okay, we've learned from this month. Now we've learned our mistake from this month. We know, okay, this was the mistake, because we could have had way massive profit this month, but there are some mistakes we took there. And also this month too, we just started trading London session. So we just started trading London session. We had to see what London session was. We had to see how the feel of London session is. Because me, I till now I just started trading London session. I'm more of a New York, and my New York trade is always continuation. Give me this same pattern. So now we are trading a new session. We are trading a new method of way. So now by the end of the day, you see now this 18 trading days now, it's small, but it looks like this 18 days now looks like we've been trading for 1 year. This 18 days now, it looks like I didn't even know we've only traded 13 days. I swear, it looks like we've been trading. It looks like we've been trading since like 6 months in just 1 month already. This April feels like we've been trading for 6 months, but we only took trades in just 13 days. Imagine, and we have 5 more days to. We have 5 more trading days to go. So out of that 18 days now, we can do a review. Then the losses, the mistakes, some of those mistakes, I wrote them down, and they were just petty mistakes. The first one was, I think the first 2 we lost it wasn't a loss. The first one we lost was trading out of the session. I think trading out of the session. The second one was we didn't take our what's it called on time. We didn't take our TP in time. I think there was 2 or 3 that we didn't take our TP in time. We wanted it to run further, and market ended up taking us out. I think that happened like twice. And which other one happened again? Then I think we took one naughty stop loss. I think 2 days ago or 3 days ago on in New York session. So all those mistakes are things that by next month now we're not okay. We are just clearing all the noise, because at the end of the day, the strategy works. Are you getting me? The strategy always works. The strategy works. You see how crazy this thing is. The strategy works. And if we go and calculate all those days now that we messed up, you will see that the strategy works. 100. I'm not even saying the strategy works 99.9, but it's just because of our own psychology. Like those days now where we could have taken our TP at market was giving us 1 to 2. Those are the little things that we just need to touch up. And by the time we are coming to next month, we're trying to say, okay, we've learned this, we've learned that. So we are now coming there but I'm not hoping, I don't hope that it has to be till next month. I'm hoping that this next 5 trading days that we have to go now, we can touch up ourselves, get more profit on our portfolio. And so now by next month we'll just be clearing everything. By next month, because for the first 10 days of the month, the market is always very volatile. So we can start risking proper. Like we can start, because we already know our edge. Like for your account now, you have a 25k account. Next month, by God's grace, I need you to pass it. We'll just stick to the same thing over and over, and we'll just be risking your 0.5, which is like 150. I think your risk, normal risk, should be 150. Let me calculate it again. I've done it a couple times. Let me see. Your normal risk should be like $150. So like I said, it's just cycle. And most times, because most times I might jump, and at the end of the day, we can hold each other accountable too. Don't, because myself, I have my own psychological issue. So if you see it, if it has not yet formed, you can say, Mr. Kaz, let us wait, and I will listen. Because there are sometimes and most times I have my own too. I'll just say, yay, let's enter. And if in your own view it has not yet yield, you can say, you can always you can always tell me, like, oh, yeah. So because there are some things you might see and I might not see it. Don't get me wrong. Even teachers self they fail, so you get. So so there are some things you might see, and I've said it consistently, and I'm saying, okay, these are part of the things we have to follow. And if I'm not doing it, there's you can easily, like, I'm a quick one just me now. Bro, so like, àní wá gbóyè wá síbí ṣé o gbọ́ ṣé o ti ń gbé kíní èyí tí yẹn ń gọ̀ ṣé o fẹ́ lọ wọlé àbí o fẹ́ kí n gbá ìtì ẹ̀. You know how Yoruba people used to speak, all those Yoruba, all those ẹ̀gbọ́n or aunty, they will tell you, they will draw your ear with one hand, they will draw it, ṣé o fẹ́ kí n fa ìtì ẹ̀, ṣé o rí pé kò tí engulf, dúró dẹ́ kó engulf. You get. So for your 25K, I think it's 10. I think we've done this. I just want to know because I need that account. I need that account to be a SAP. And this thing is not something you have to rush, because trust me, there are majority of those people that are always telling you they blow Profem. The only thing with Profem is just, like I said, consistency. Doing the same thing, not risking above. Okay, 10 divided by 1 times 25. So your max allocated loss is 2.5. So now I want to see 0, 2.5, 2.5. So that's you need to make 2.5. So now it's 0.5 divided by 100. I think it's 120. 0.5% divided by 100 times 2,500. I think it's 120 is your risk per trade. So your risk. One what?
I think it's 125.
Yeah, 125. So that's your risk per trade. Are you getting me? So that's your risk per trade. So once we are able to start getting good setup now, please, once you do that your calculation, which is always going to be where we expect to put our entry, because most of the time we will always enter somewhere around here. Just try put your 125 to be right here. Are you getting me? And if we are using the other one, which is our second method, this one usually is more likely on the 50 minutes. So that means you have to wait this and go off. So that means your 125 is going to be so these are the only two entries we are using. This is your 125, and we just set 1 to 2. Are you getting me? So once we set 1 to 2, so you can depending on how the trade looks, once it gets to that 1 to 2, sometimes you might still break, so you might just decide to start closing like 80%. Once you reach your 1 to 2, you might decide to close it. And if you don't feel, and if you feel like you might just set the OTP like that and decide to. So now let's see how many trades do we have to win to get to, because let's see, 125, because at the end of the day it's not
250, then that would be 250 times 10. So that
No,
would make us 2,500.
no, we have to 125 times 2 first now. Times 2 to get your okay, 250, yeah, yeah. So 250 times what? Times 10? Is that it?
And yeah,
So we only need
yeah, that would make us
10 trades. So we just need 10 good trades. And how many trades do we have? How many trades do we have in a month? We have 20 trades in a month. So the only thing is just please, it's going to happen. It's just the only thing is don't blow accounts. As long as you don't blow accounts, there's always going to be another day. Another day will happen. Another day will happen. Because I can go and show you. Let me show you because you might think it. When I was still passing, when I was still trying all these things. I'm gonna show you my consummate. I will show you how many I blow. And there are days that I will just blow one in I'll blow one. I'll just blow one and let me consummate. Okay, it was consummate I have the most. Consummate. If there's still consummate, yeah, that was the Nigerian profit back then, or back like this. I'm talking about like almost a year and a half ago. Consummate profit. If these guys are still alive, I have like 10 profit that I've lost with these people. I lost like 3 in 1 month. And I'll still buy another one. I think they are no more there again. Okay, let me use my other Chrome. But it's just so at the end of the day, once I now learn is the majority of the time we always want to rush to pass it, and once you rush to pass it is where you now end up, there's now what we call it, it's more of an edge, like this thing is going to take me this, but at the end of the day, even if it takes you a month, 2 months, I've passed some profile where what's it called, my FTMO, it only took me like 2 weeks. Phase 1 first week, phase 2 second week. But there are some time due to market condition where it will take you, it might take you a month, it might take you, but they are not rushing you. We just be that we rush ourselves. We rush ourselves and take the trades. Exactly, we rush ourselves to take the trades that we are not supposed to take. A trade that does not align with our strategy, a trade that does not align with how we trade. Like this week, like yesterday, I wanted to trade so bad. I was like, yeah, but I'm now holding myself. Like, you know what? If I can just stick to one particular consummate profit, I want to show you. And there are so many. If you see anybody, any good trader that told you they have not lost at least 3 or 4, at least majority minimum we lose in this, for us to be where we are, at least 10. Why I ask? There's nobody. I don't think all this, even Abby, Jeff, what's it called? Dax. That one even said he sold his car. The guy is so funny. He said he sold his car to go and buy, I think, to fund his account. And the story was so funny, and he showed us proof. I was thinking he was lying. He said he sold his car, and he said the same day that he sold his car and funded his account is the same day that he lost the whole money. He said the same day as he sold the car, he funded his account. He funded the account, and that same day he lost the money. And it was a mistake. He said he lost the money by. He said back then he does not know how to use. He does not know. He was trading synthetic or something like that. He does not know how to use stop loss. How to use what was the thing itself? He does not know how to use. He does not know which what's it called to use. He does not know which lot size to use. So because with synthetics you have to use, like I think you have to use different lot size. So he said he go and use 0.5. As he used 0.5 like this, he just entered the position like this. And the thing just wiped he said almost like $7,000. Like he just sold his car and he couldn't say anything. He just went mute. So so sometimes it's just, yeah, this consummates, they are no more functioning anymore. They are not functioning anymore because of they have blocked them from Nigeria. But a lot of people, a lot of us, like a year and a half ago, we used to buy this consummate because it was so cheap. It was so cheap. If I showed you, I had close to like 6 or 7 perfume with them. There would be time where I would just buy a perfume. I wanted to use it to trade news. I say, I have to pass this one today, and you lose it. But it's just at the end of the day, just training yourself to just figure out, like, it might take a day, it might take 2 days, it might take 3 days, it might take a month, but I'm just gonna stick to that same way, that same thing that I do every single time. I'm just gonna stick to it and don't break it. And don't worry, we'll try to do that. Like I said, I might remove I might, like I said, I might remove the urge to trade New York session. I might. There's this guy online, what he used to preach. This guy used to preach something that I like. And this guy now is, I don't know if you know him, his name is Casper. Casper SMC. He's an ICT, what's it called? He belongs to our ICT court. And when this guy first started, I noticed his move. I noticed people, all these people that document their stuff on YouTube. YouTube is always a very good place because when I remember when I used to watch the guy's video, he used to trade ICT, but what he's trading now is different. He trades the same way I trade now, which is with time liquidity and all that. But when he first started, he used to be on like the 1 minute of and 5 minute FVG, which is how a lot of ICT people used to trade back then. Like I'm talking about last year. Now this is why a lot of people didn't want to trade ICT, because when ICT people started, they were trading the 1 minute and the 5 minute fair value gaps, which a lot of them was losing back then. But now this guy kind of like shifted his whole mentality and he started trading the bigger time frame with ICT. And his journey was amazing because now he does something different. And now he said he had to discipline himself. He only trade NAS now. He only trade NAS 100. He said he has to discipline himself to just do the same thing over and over and over again every time. So when I was listening to his video, it actually makes sense. He said he'll wake up, he's only looking for the liquidity that happens anything from 9:30 your time. But you know 9:30 your time is when the stock market opens. It's not 8 o'clock or 7 o'clock. US time, the stock market opens 9:30. That's when they will ring the bell. King, 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 king. Oh yeah, I want to go. Oh yeah, king, 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 king. That's when they open. That's when they open bell. So he said he had to train himself because he's trading a time liquidity, and time liquidity you have to be on a specific time. You can't trade it before that time and you can't trade it after that time. So if you are saying the time liquidity, you are only looking for the open. You are only looking at least 4 hours within the open of that time frame, which is 9:30 what's it called, open all the way till 11 o'clock in your US time, because 11 o'clock is when you see that a lot of people the market starts slowing down when it comes to New York session. So he said he had to train himself not to do anything outside that. He had to start going to the gym. He had to stop checking all that. He said before he used to analyze all kind of market. He would analyze this. He had to just, even to the extent that he said he stopped looking at US 30 because some people, they would do this SMT divergence between, they do it a lot. Like they will say if US 30 is like this, then NAS, I don't know if you notice, some people do SMT divergence between two of them. He said he had to train himself not to do that. He's only looking for so on the screen every time he wakes up. And don't get me wrong, people that do this, it's not like they are making it to their, it's just another strategy on itself. But you don't need it when you are trading time liquidity. Are you getting me? You don't need, like you can do it with GU to GU and EU. There's always this SMT divergence with them doing New York session, and that was usually before. But if you are trading the time liquidity, you don't need that. So he said he had to train himself to just one session, one session, one strategy, I think I've told you this before. Strategy, one strategy, one pair, and one time frame. And his time frame is, I think it's 5 or 15 minutes or something like that, and one time frame. And he said for him to, I think it was the three. So it was the three. It was the three. I think it was one session, one strategy, and one pay. And he said this for him to be disciplined enough that this he had for him not to break this rule. It took him at least a year and a half for him to just be saying that. I'm telling you, to just because to be disciplined in, even in our general life, say we are not disciplined. Today we will go to Kroger. Tomorrow we'll go to one. We are the normal human being life. We are meant to be random. I get me. We are so meant. Normal human being. We are meant to be random. We are meant to not do the same thing every day. We are meant to eat different food. You know, even though we know that any imagine, mama jenyo, you know, we are meant to be random. But when it comes to forex, because the way you can train yourself is to always look for one thing that works for you. To always say, you know what, this is what works for me. This is what I'm going to trade, you know. And every single time I'm going to just do this. Are you getting me? It takes a lot of I don't know. Even me, I'm still battling with it. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm still battling with it every single time. There will still be something that I will see. And now that's why yesterday now, after 10 o'clock my time, I just closed my laptop. I want to go and see my sister. So I'm like, you know what? It takes time for you to be able to deal with yourself mentally, especially the one strategy. That one strategy is the main one. I think that one strategy is always the one that kills a lot of people. This one strategy here, because there will be time where you want to trade this, or there will be time where you want to trade this. This one strategy, once you battle with it, okay, like me now, it took me at least 6 months for me to battle with this, and I've passed that stage now. I've passed this stage. I've passed this one strategy stage now. This one, I think I've passed it. I've passed it. I've passed it because I've passed where it's still the same thing. Like if you see my chart, if you see my what's it called, for at least almost, I can testify that for the last 7 months now, it's been the same thing that I've been doing. I've just added a little bit switch to it, but majority of the time I've added things to it, because at the end of the day it's your strategy. You can add something to it. You can say, okay, before now I'm always looking for this. Now I've noticed that this right here in the higher time frame, and this is very important, this thing right here in the higher time frame, in the higher time frame equals to what? And we can do experiment of it, and in the higher time frame equals to this, in the higher time frame. So we can go to a bigger time frame. You see that this will equals to this. Are you getting me? So I've noticed that, like this right here. So if we see this now on the 5 minutes, if you go to the 15 minutes, we will see this. Are you getting me? Are you there?
Yeah.
So it took me almost 6 months for me to realize this way. I didn't just realize this within, but just by me sticking to the same principle, I understand. I now get to discover that so Timarele need 5 minutes. That means on my 15 minutes, this is what it's going to look like. And if I'm seeing this on the 15 minutes, and this thing is going to be recorded on YouTube anyway, it's being streamed. And if I'm seeing this on the 15 minute, on the 1 hour, it's going to be like this on the 1 hour. We can go and check now. We'll see so many times where if we mark this on our, even that trade we took on what's it called? See, GU is not respecting us. Let's just hope and wait. London session has opened right now.
Mm-hmm.
That trade we took was, how many days was that? this trade we took right here, if we take this engulfing candle on the 15 minutes, this engulfing candle, we see there's this engulfing candle right here. This is the one that gave us the bad confirmation. If we go to the 5 minutes, you will see that it is more of like what's it called? You see, it's more of this right here on the 5 minutes. Are you getting me? It's more of like this. So it took me time for me to realize that. So that means if I see this end pattern on the slower time frame, on a time frame that is bigger than this, is going to be an engulfing. If this is on the 15 minutes, that means on the 1 hour it's going to be engulfing. And if I see this on the 1 hour, that means on the 4 hour it's going to be engulfing. If you can backtest this, so this is not a it took, but I started with this because I was consistent with this. I was able to discover more about this. Why I was able to discover more about it. I get me. So now I discover to the extent that now that retest that always happen is just what retesting that other block again to give the continuation. Oh, you are not getting me. So it's still this. So it has to. So the strategy is off of it. The strategy is still the same. The pair now, that one too, I'm battling with it. I've battled with the thing that I've removed a lot. I mean, I've noticed that okay, EU is my favorite. That's my first wife. I've tried to marry as a Yoruba man. I've tried to marry other wives. I've tried to marry God. That one took all my money. I've tried to marry JJ has divorced me. I've tried to marry other wives, but those other wives, they are still iffy. I've tried to collect sugar baby like some other sugar girls. They are not going. So, but my wife, normal wife, is saying, I'm here for you. So now I'm still battling with this cheating type of a stuff. But at the end of the day, I'm working on that. At the end of the day, I think with time, I'll stick to just 1 or 2 pair. Now I've kind of like reduced it. The session, I'm definitely sticking to 1 session. I'm definitely going to stick to. So all these things, why it takes discipline. Discipline is just not one thing that can happen in 1 day or something. So that's what I'm telling you. It's not a journey of just but for you now, you are at least you are kind of like lucky you are with me, and you see that as I'm also going through my own journey. I'm also we are carrying each other along. Don't think I know everything. I don't know. I just kind of like knew what I know, but at the end of the day, my own journey too is going. So I've not reached a place where I'm like maybe Jeffrey Benson or all those big. I've not reached there yet, but I'm also on a journey, and my own journey, I can say, okay, you two, you're also on a journey. We can journey along. So I get me. So it's more different to somebody who has already reached that milestone. If I've already reached that milestone, I won't even be talking all this to you. I'll just tell you. I'll just come to this session. And I'll just tell you, okay, we're gonna be selling good for now. I'll be talking like Donald Trump. We're gonna be selling good for now. As you can see, price has broken this. We're just gonna be waiting for so, and that'll be it. And I'll go. And once the setup is ready, we'll take it. But as you can see, I'm also on a journey. And the Forex journey, it's not just a journey where I'm still within my 2 years. I've not even reached 3. I've not reached 4. I've not reached 5. Are you getting me? I've not even reached end of this year now will be like my full 2. End of this year will be my full 2. But I've taken a lot from the 1.5. I've taken a lot, I've learned a lot. So you get, and I'm outside those 1.5, I knew nothing when it comes to forex. I knew absolutely zero. I've only heard about it. I've heard about it like a couple times, and I've done crypto back when crypto was booming. I've done crypto. It was when I put money in crypto. Crypto was around 50,000. It was when I put money in crypto. Crypto went to 20,000. So it went. First of all, I put it when it was 50. That was during the COVID. That was during the COVID time. They was giving stimulus. That was when the stimulus money and everybody was getting stimulus. The whole economy was booming. And so we get the stimulus check. and we put it crypto. We buy crypto. I bought crypto. I shall have crypto. Maybe like 2,000, I think it was $2,000. So I put it there like So I now start back then. I didn't. It wasn't just crypto that I bought. I bought crypto. I bought so many cryptocurrency. I bought Tron. I bought Tron when Tron just came out. I bought it. I shall put like 200 naira here, $200 here. I put 200. I put 100. I bought Neo. It was like a Japanese, what's it called then? I shall buy all of them. All of them was 2,000. I was now dreaming, thinking about it worth 10 million like this. You know, when you buy crypto, you are already expecting, because everybody was saying the thing is going to. I mean, at the end of the day, it did end up going to 100k. But you see, back just after like a year after the thing went to 20,000, I just removed all my coins. Me that I put almost 2,000, it went almost like $50. I was so mad. So so I left crypto, but I've been in forex back when doing that stimulus time. But I just kind of like ignore it. It wasn't something that I needed. So I was like, So, but to cut the story short, for me to now actually start trading, it's not being he needed to me. I don't like, this is the reason why I don't like when market sweeps this thing right here before that time she gets, because all this thing happen way and it's just because we are sticking to our strategy, because at the end of the day now we can decide to enter and it will come down, but that's just part of the game. So so now after the whole crypto, what's it called, then back here, then I decided, okay, and then I did my phone business and all that. Then I now decided, okay, let me now see what this forest thing is. My journey has not been up to, my whole food journey has not even been up to a year and a half. It's not even been up to a year and 6 months. But I was able to just quick grab, went through all that phase within maybe my own phase. I was just going through it for like 3 months. I went through a huge phase. So when I now start picking up, listen to those guys that, I stopped listening to all those people that I was trading, all this trend line, because I started with it and I stopped trading. So once I now shifted to SMC and ICT, then I was like, okay, you know what, this is cool. And it's very, very consistent. Like ICT, SMC, very, very consistent. That's when you now decide to see the liquidity movement, all that. So once you now see that, and they are very persistent, you can see them over and over and over again every single day. I get to me. So the strategy is always been there. So then I was able to pass my program. I passed the FTMO. I was like, because that one I've first did. So I've lost on Fixify. I've lost on was even the FTMO. I've lost the first challenge. Then the second challenge I now passed it. So once I now passed that second challenge, I said I have arrived. But during that time, then I was like, okay, with just more of a what's it called, consistency, you will get to where you are going. You get consistency is just the only thing. Then there will be time where the market will not be consistent with you. You might go through a drop, like December and what's it called? December and January was one of the worst time for me. It was one of those times where, oh my goodness, wow, this thing, maybe it's this one that I'm talking about now. This one, and I think what also happened to me that January was more of, when I'm looking at it now, I think it was more of a selfishness, because this thing was still working, don't get me wrong, this thing was working, but it wasn't giving me, I'm used to last year where this thing was giving me ratio 1 to 4. If you notice, all my trade last year was like, I'm saying ratio 1 to 5, 1 to 6, 1 to 7. Like my trade last year was super smooth. Like I don't care what anybody was telling me that last year. If I enter a trade like this, if I enter a trade around here, around that November, October, oh my goodness gracious. If I enter a trade like this, that last during that Trump election, if I enter a trade like this, my trade is definitely going to it will this is how my trade will be. This is how my trade will be. It will keep going or keep going, keep going. So I was used to seeing all this. I get I was used to seeing all so now December came, this was December. December will give me 1 to 1. Right? I was say shaking your share money. Which kind of wahala? But it was actually yeah, but at the end of the day it was actually working. But what happened? What fueled my psychology? Because now it was going in my direction. Then it was giving me I'll see what you want to do. But I'm already used to this. Even you too, you notice that I'm so used to seeing that how big because even till now I'm still used to it. You're not gonna blame me. That's why you see even when I reduce myself to 1 to 2, or when you say we should start doing 1 to, I say 1 to 2. Me that last year during Trump election, I was seeing 1 to 6 on GU. You will see some of those trades now on GU. You see you once New York session. That's why I was very consistent with New York session. New York session comes like this. Once you see this thing, I can show you my my trade from last day. Once I see 1 to 2 Omi strategy, it will go down. It will give you like 1 to 4, 1 to 5, 1 to 6. It will give you that Trump election. I can literally just wake up, close my eyes. 4 out of 5 days, you always see a nice sale, and I wasn't buying, I was just selling. So that January now, everybody, all the big guys, they are no more. They are going to vacation. I didn't know. We are trying to stay with chopping. Market will just sell. We should 1 to 2. Boom, take us out. Went 1 to 2. So that January was huge. It was huge. But then I had to discover that now it's still the same thing. The same thing still work. But what's failed? My psychology failed. What failed? Me trying to look for extra other thing. So now, but at the end of the day, I didn't change. I never changed my